Did you know that kidney disease, even in its advanced stages, can actually be reversed? According to the National Kidney Foundation, 786,000 Americans are tied to a dialysis machine each year due to kidney disease, but most don't know that a simple vitamin could hold the key to better health. By using a combination of natural supplements, you could not only avoid dialysis but potentially revert to stage 2 of kidney disease. Stage 2 of CKD doesn't just mean avoiding dialysis, it also means you no longer need to follow a strict kidney-friendly diet, nor require additional therapies to manage your kidney health. What we're talking about today isn't science fiction. This is a real case study published in a peer-reviewed medical journal titled Reversing Chronic Kidney Disease with Niacin and Sodium Bicarbonate. It tells the story of an 81-year-old man who was only diagnosed with CKD when it reached stage 4. Despite undergoing 5 bypass surgeries, having prediabetes and high cholesterol, no doctor had ever thought to check his kidney function until the symptoms of kidney failure appeared. But by that time, it was often too late. However, in this case, it wasn't too late. This man discovered an effective therapy. What was his secret? Supplements that helped control his serum phosphorus levels. Now, you may wonder if controlling phosphorus alone can truly reverse CKD. In some cases, yes. The problem with CKD is that it's a broad term for a group of conditions that affect the kidneys in different ways. There are many causes and treatments, meaning each patient's journey is unique. But one common factor for all kidney disease patients is phosphorus. If you have CKD, lowering your phosphorus levels might be the key to reversing disease progression. Excess phosphorus is toxic to the kidneys and nearly every organ in the body. Without controlling phosphorus, improving kidney function is nearly impossible. So today, I want to share with you the best strategy for controlling phosphorus. This often overlooked factor in CKD care could make all the difference. It could be the difference between needing dialysis or reverting to stage 2. For this patient, controlling phosphorus alone was the key to normalizing his creatinine and kidney function. And you can do the same. Let's dive into how to do it. Now, you may ask, I've been worried about my potassium, oxalate, and uric acid. Should I really be concerned about phosphorus? Phosphorus is one of the most important kidney toxins. Not only does it harm your kidneys, but it could also kill you. Most studies link high serum phosphorus levels with increased mortality in people with CKD. When the kidneys cannot filter phosphorus efficiently, it combines with calcium and causes vascular calcification, leading to heart disease, heart attacks, strokes, and many other serious problems. That's why I believe high phosphorus levels are even more dangerous than high potassium levels. Phosphorus is one of the reasons red meat and fish are often restricted for kidney patients. If you still eat protein, it's best to choose phosphorus-lowering options like egg whites or beans. This is crucial. Controlling phosphorus levels is the key to significant improvements in kidney function in this case study. This patient would never have been able to return to stage 2 without controlling phosphorus. Your treatment plan and diet should focus on this if you have CKD. How did the 81-year-old patient manage to reverse his CKD and return to stage 2? He approached phosphorus control from 3 angles, and that was the key to his improvement. Specifically, he used calcium carbonate supplements, a common recommendation because of their effectiveness. He took 2 to 4 grams of calcium carbonate and acid reducers daily with meals, along with 1.8 grams of sodium bicarbonate each day. This combination was crucial, and I always recommend it as it helps with metabolic acidosis. What truly makes this case study stand out is the use of niacin. Niacin is not typically used to control phosphorus, but it played a significant role here. The authors of the study believe that niacin was one of the main reasons this patient improved. Niacin reduces phosphorus levels and also helps lower proteinuria. However, its use in this case was different from what I typically see in CKD patients. But before we continue, an important question: are you controlling your phosphorus levels? Clearly, without a proper strategy to control phosphorus, CKD will not be manageable. So, is your approach effective? Let's focus on that now, as we've seen, it could save your life. The only way to know if this crucial level is within range is by reviewing your recent blood test results. The proper range for phosphorus is 2.5 to 4.5 milligrams per deciliter. Any higher levels put you at high risk for rapid kidney failure. So, what can we do if your phosphorus levels are too high? There are two main strategies for lowering phosphorus: limiting absorption and using binders. Let's start with food. Your diet is probably the most important step in improving kidney function. The big question is, which foods contain phosphorus? Common phosphorus-rich foods include dairy products, meat, poultry, seafood, and processed foods like cold cuts, bacon, sausages, sodas, and sports drinks, all of which contain phosphate used as preservatives. Foods like pastries, breakfast cereals, sauces, and other packaged foods may also contain high levels of phosphorus. If your goal is to reverse kidney disease, you should completely avoid all the foods in my list. None of them are kidney-friendly. However, there are other phosphorus-containing foods that don't need to be avoided completely. These include beans, nuts, whole grain breads and cereals, and some vegetables like asparagus, tomatoes, and broccoli. As you can see, there are some phosphorus-rich foods you should avoid and others you can still include in your diet. But why is that? Why is phosphorus from some foods worse than others? Because there are different types of phosphorus in food. This is important because your body reacts very differently to phosphorus from plant-based foods compared to animal-based foods or additives. Phosphate additives are particularly problematic. These added phosphates are almost fully absorbed by your body, unlike phosphorus from animal products, which is absorbed at about 90%. But you only absorb about 30 to 40% of phosphorus from plant-based foods, which means beans, nuts, and whole grains, though still containing some phosphorus, can still be part of a healthy diet. If you've been following along carefully, you'll understand why a plant-based diet is the cornerstone of CKD therapy. Phosphorus destroys your kidneys. In summary, if you're on a kidney-friendly diet, the first rule is to avoid meat, fish, dairy, and processed foods that contain added phosphates. Always check labels for phosphates. On the other hand, limiting foods like grains, nuts, and other plant-based foods can really help control phosphorus. You can also reduce phosphorus absorption with phosphate binders. So, what can you use to reduce absorption? Phosphate binders derived from calcium are commonly used to keep phosphorus levels low. Taking them with meals can help because calcium carbonate binds with phosphorus in the food you eat. Phosphorus is then excreted through the intestines, preventing your body from absorbing more. So, ask your doctor if you haven't been using them. These binders have other benefits. Because they are calcium-based, they can raise your serum calcium levels, which are often too low in CKD patients. Another benefit is that calcium-based phosphate binders can protect you from oxalate. In the case study of the 81-year-old patient who reversed his CKD, he was prescribed 2 to 4 grams of calcium carbonate pills daily. He took them with his main meals. This is a common prescription but may not be right for you. That's why it's important to discuss this with your doctor. Remember, phosphate binders are not a miracle supplement or a replacement for medication. They are widely used in CKD patients and are recommended according to current guidelines. If your doctor says you don't need phosphate binders, ask them to explain exactly why you don't need them. Now, as I mentioned earlier, the most important part of this 81-year-old patient's treatment was niacin, a natural form of vitamin B3. This vitamin is not commonly used to treat high phosphorus levels in CKD patients, but that could change. More than 25 cases of people with CKD have not only stopped the progression of their disease but also reversed it by taking 3 to 5 grams of niacin each day. Here's what the study authors say about niacin and CKD. But are they right? Do you really need to supplement niacin to reverse CKD? Yes, you should consider supplementing with niacin if you have CKD, but at a low dose. You see, CKD patients are often recommended to take all types of B vitamins. Niacin, in particular, can be very helpful for people with high cholesterol because it actually helps reduce your bad cholesterol. But its main benefit is different. As the study authors pointed out, niacin can reduce phosphorus by binding to this mineral in the intestines. I believe they may be right about this niacin-based therapy. I think that in the near future, this will become a more common therapy that CKD patients can benefit from. However, remember that the dosage in this study was quite high. At this dose, niacin is still relatively new and not widely tested. So, stay tuned for the next part of the video and remember to consult with your doctor before considering increasing your daily B3 dose. An important question: how can niacin be the key to reversing stage 4 CKD? Niacin is a powerful form of vitamin B3 and very beneficial for your kidneys, according to science. Many studies show that niacin can lower high cholesterol and protect both your heart and kidneys. A review of studies published in the American Journal of Kidney Diseases concluded that niacin positively affects several risk factors affecting GFR decline, such as HDL cholesterol levels, triglyceride levels, oxidative stress, inflammation markers, endothelial function, and serum phosphorus levels. The authors of this meta-analysis, published in AJKD, believe that niacin could significantly reduce all-cause mortality in CKD patients. As we've seen, controlling phosphorus is one of the main reasons niacin is beneficial for CKD patients. In short, everyone with CKD could benefit from taking low-dose niacin. Higher doses may have side effects, but they could also help prevent or even reverse kidney disease progression. So, what niacin dosage is used here? The study recommends taking 100 to 500 milligrams of immediate-release niacin 1 to 3 times per day. But remember, your doctor should monitor liver function regularly when taking 100 milligrams or more of niacin per day. In fact, if you're taking a multivitamin for kidney health, you may already be getting about 20 milligrams of niacin daily. So, consult with your doctor if you think a higher dose might benefit you. I also want to share another story. His name is Carl, and I am 73 years old. My GFR has gradually decreased over the years since I have records, but my doctor never mentioned anything to me until June 2022, when it dropped to 33. In April of last year, my doctor said he didn't like the amount of protein in my urine. I knew the situation was getting serious, and I decided to do something about it. Among other things, I made some changes to my diet. I stopped eating meat and using dairy products, but occasionally, I did slip up. In fact, I reduced my meat consumption from nearly every meal to about 2 times a week and limited my dairy consumption from multiple times a day to just 2 or 3 times a week, some cheese on my potatoes, etc. I also increased my exercise to 4 or 5 times a week instead of about twice a week. Almost all kidney disease patients have vitamin deficiencies, and that causes proteinuria. So, I decided to check for vitamin deficiencies, and I found that I was lacking in 3 different things. My doctor gave me 0.266 milligrams of vitamin B12. I went to my nephrologist yesterday, and my GFR has increased to 55, and my proteinuria has returned to normal. According to the eGFR mortality scale, I've extended my life by at least a decade. So, I want to thank you because my doctor would never have checked for vitamin deficiencies without me asking for it, and he said that could have made all the difference. Going from a GFR of 33 to 55 is incredible. That's something you should be very proud of because you are taking control of your health. Carl's story is about one of the most dangerous hidden causes of kidney damage, vitamin deficiency. Why should you care about vitamin deficiency? Well, you see, vitamin deficiency is not given the importance it should have in today's medical practice, and that's a fact. A new study on vitamin D, for example, was recently published, and the results are even more frightening. Recently, a study analyzed the serum levels of 759 CKD patients in all stages of the disease. What the study found is that all CKD patients tested had vitamin D deficiencies. But you see, today not enough kidney disease patients are being treated, and in most cases, they're not even tested for vitamin deficiencies, which is a serious issue. Carl's doctor never mentioned to him the idea of testing for vitamin deficiencies. Is anyone here getting the appropriate test for vitamin deficiencies? Has your doctor ever prescribed a test for your vitamin levels? This is a very important issue because it's a well-known fact that some vitamin deficiencies can lead to rapid kidney function decline, proteinuria, and kidney damage. But you know, having any vitamin deficiency is very serious. Heart problems, bone problems, nerve damage, anemia, immune system decline, and many other issues can be caused by some of the most common vitamin deficiencies in people with CKD. To avoid these issues and have a chance to improve kidney function, we need to know more about these dangerous deficiencies. So, what are the most common vitamin deficiencies in people with CKD? Let's start with the deficiencies that affected Carl. The first one I want to mention is vitamin B12. And I'm glad Carl was able to address this deficiency because it can cause serious problems. Having dangerously low levels of vitamin B12 can significantly increase the risk of developing anemia, a condition that can cause severe kidney damage. Anemia reduces the amount of oxygen supplied to the kidneys, impairing their function and triggering a vicious cycle that damages them. Vitamin B12, also known as cobalamin, is a water-soluble vitamin. This deficiency is very common. Statistics show that up to 1 in 3 people with kidney disease have this deficiency, and that's concerning. This vitamin is essential for blood formation as well as brain and nerve function. Anyone on a plant-based diet and not supplementing B12 should check for this deficiency. This is because no plant-based foods contain B12, meaning you will need to supplement it. Also, people with digestive issues may be at risk of poor absorption, meaning a regular multivitamin won't be enough. This can also apply to people taking proton pump inhibitors or metformin. So, ask your primary care doctor to test for B12 deficiency, especially if you belong to one of these groups. There are very few foods with significant B12 content that are also suitable for kidney diets. That's why most CKD patients are recommended to supplement with 6 micrograms of B12 daily, even if they are not deficient. A deficiency is often treated with a higher dose, but that's something your doctor needs to prescribe. Now, from Carl's story, another thing he was prescribed was hemodialysis. So, what is hemodialysis, and why is it useful for people with kidney disease? Hemodialysis is just the trade name for a special form of vitamin D called calcifediol. As I mentioned, almost every kidney patient has low levels of vitamin D, and this is not because they don't eat enough vitamin D-rich foods or spend enough time outdoors. It's because their kidneys play a crucial role in converting vitamin D from sunlight, food, and supplements into the active form the body can use. Moreover, having the correct level of vitamin D is very important for kidney health. Vitamin D deficiency is directly linked to proteinuria, a predictor of kidney function decline. What's scary is that almost every kidney patient has dangerously low levels of this vitamin. So, here's something we can all learn from Carl's story: make sure your vitamin D levels are stable. Get this vitamin checked and supplement it properly if you care about your kidneys. Now, recent studies show that providing regular vitamin D3 supplementation for those with stage 3 or higher kidney disease is not enough because their kidneys may not be able to activate enough vitamin D3. Often, supplementing with an activated form of vitamin D is recommended. Today, there are many activated forms of vitamin D available that your doctor can prescribe. These medications are called vitamin D derivatives. They include calcitriol, paracalcitol, and others. Not everyone will be prescribed 0.266 milligrams of hemodialysis as Carl was. That's a monthly dose, by the way. The right vitamin D derivative depends on your serum levels and thyroid hormone levels. Blood tests are necessary for your doctor to write the correct prescription if you need a vitamin D derivative. This vitamin has helped Carl a lot, especially with proteinuria. You see, a recent study found that correcting vitamin D deficiency can lead to a 34% reduction in urinary protein. This would make a huge difference, as I mentioned, because your urinary protein levels are a direct predictor of your kidney function in the future. Vitamin D levels are also linked to inflammation and scarring in the kidneys, so make sure you don't overlook this vitamin. Now, is it enough to just take vitamin D or a derivative? When it comes to vitamin D, there are other very common vitamin deficiencies that need to be addressed because they are all interconnected. First is magnesium. Magnesium and vitamin D are linked, and supplementing vitamin D without magnesium would be unwise. Magnesium is a mineral involved in many biochemical reactions, including the synthesis and metabolism of vitamin D. Without enough magnesium, vitamin D will be stored in the body but not used. If you start taking vitamin D, your body may use all the magnesium it has to truly benefit from this vitamin D, but this can lead to lowered magnesium levels, which you don't want. Magnesium deficiency can cause your blood pressure to spike, very bad for kidney health. Magnesium is crucial for keeping your body and kidneys functioning properly. Recently, magnesium has gained attention because low levels of this mineral have been linked to rapid kidney function decline and early-stage kidney failure. Research has also linked increasing magnesium intake to reduced water retention. Magnesium deficiency is so common that if you frequently experience muscle cramps or difficulty focusing and sleeping, magnesium deficiency should be investigated as a cause. In summary, if you are supplementing with vitamin D, which you should, make sure to also supplement magnesium. According to recent studies, taking 300 to 400 milligrams of magnesium oxide daily is the best way to keep this mineral in the right range. But while you should always take vitamin D in the morning, I recommend taking magnesium in the evening as it helps you sleep. There's another important vitamin to supplement with vitamin D, vitamin K2. One of vitamin D's main functions is to transport calcium from your diet through your arteries. Vitamin K2 helps ensure that calcium goes to the right place, being absorbed by your bones. Without enough vitamin K2, patients supplementing with vitamin D have a higher risk of vascular calcification, which is certainly not something you want. A very important question: what vitamins should all kidney disease patients supplement? We've seen the importance of supplementing vitamin B12, vitamin D, vitamin K2, and magnesium. But these aren't the only deficiencies you may encounter if you have kidney disease. In fact, while supplementation may not be very helpful for the general population, it's a different story for people with CKD. There are many vitamins that nearly everyone with CKD can benefit from supplementing. One of the vitamins you need the most is vitamin C. Vitamin C is widely known for its antioxidant function. It actively improves immune health and protects the kidneys from oxidative stress. Remember, if you want to fight kidney disease and diseases in general, you need as many antioxidants as possible. Vitamin C is especially recommended for people on a low-potassium diet. You see, some of the best sources of vitamin C, such as citrus fruits, bell peppers, papaya, broccoli, tomatoes, and kale, are also high in potassium. If you don't eat these foods regularly, you may need a supplement to keep this vitamin in the right range. And yes, supplementing with low doses of vitamin C from 60 to 100 milligrams daily is a valid strategy to help the kidneys. Unfortunately, when it comes to vitamin C, you don't need a special form like with vitamin D, but not all supplements you find will be suitable for CKD patients. For one thing, they often come in high doses. Sometimes you can even find vitamin C supplements with 1,000 milligrams, which is 10 times the amount you need. Definitely not good. Don't take more than 100 milligrams of vitamin C daily without a prescription from your doctor. Additionally, there are two forms of vitamin C on the market: sodium ascorbate and ascorbic acid. Sodium ascorbate is not safe for those on a low-sodium diet. It contains sodium or salt, which is known to raise blood pressure. Always prioritize ascorbic acid. Another vitamin that is very important for kidney health is vitamin B. This vitamin fights diabetes, anemia, and cholesterol. All the B vitamins should be supplemented when battling CKD. They can all help improve your kidney health. B1 and B7 protect you from diabetes, B3 fights cholesterol, B6, B9, and B12 are important for anemia. Vitamin B6 is often too low in people with kidney problems, and it is crucial for the nervous system and immune system. Vitamin B2, riboflavin, boosts the immune system and fights headaches. Vitamin B3 or niacin helps reduce cholesterol. Vitamin B5 fights stress, while B7 and B1 lower blood sugar and diabetes. In summary, if you have CKD, you may need to focus on supplementing vitamins in a way that the general population does not. There are many vitamins you really need to protect yourself. Unfortunately, while the general population may only need to take a multivitamin or an arbitrary vitamin from the supermarket shelf, people with CKD should avoid anything containing vitamin A or vitamin E. There are specific multivitamins designed especially for people with kidney issues. Some well-known ones include Renovite, Nephrite, and Prenal Plus. But you see, I often recommend that you learn more about vitamins because they are truly important for you. As we've learned from Carl's story, many people are suffering from vitamin deficiencies without even knowing it, so I highly recommend that you get regular checkups and supplementation. If you're looking for effective ways to take care of your kidneys, don't forget to check out the tips in this video and start applying them today. If you found the information helpful, please hit like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you for watching, and wishing you all good health, with strong and healthy kidneys.